Hi, it's a gorgeous day today at the Goodwill. I am at the Goodwill of Miller Parkway, which I have not been to for, it feels like a long time. It is a Monday, which used to be my lucky day here, but I think the few times I was here on a Monday, I was striking out. So let's go find out what's there today. Let's hit it. Well, this is a really pretty spring display on this end cap with all the floral plates and spring colors and pastels. And on the bottom shelf here is one of my favorite things to find, which is hand painted violets. The brand is called Waverly. The pattern is Sweet Violets, and it is the Garden Room series. Dinner plates run about $8 to $10 on eBay. Lunch plates about 6 to 8. It's a nice set, but I'd like to find some vintage. I'm among the China sets and looking for something that has a little bit of age. Scanning the shelves. There's quite a few sets here with a lot of pieces. I noticed this plate back here. This is a pattern I've picked up before. It's by Wellesley, by Wood & Sons, and it's got some age. It is vintage. It is not a big seller, so I put it back on the shelf, but there's something about that pattern that I do like. I also noticed this little bowl because it seems to have a hand painting, and it's nice, but I put it back on the shelf. I noticed this tea set. It appears to have some age. It's hand painted. I do like the color scheme. I like the design. I don't recognize the mark on the bottom. I would guess that this is a Chinese tea set with the teapot and some teacups and saucers and a sugar. I'm going to guess it could be mid-century, mid-20th century. Nice looking, but as a Chinese tea set, I don't think those sell as well usually. Down here, I thought that might be Noritake, China. A lot of that is on the shelves at Goodwill, so I don't typically pick it up unless it's something that really speaks to me. I noticed this interesting carafe. It had a mid-century design, but I think it was newer and made to look old. On the lowest shelf, I noticed these Christmas plates or winter plates. I love the snowman. I think the design is really cute. It's Debbie Mum. I do pick up Debbie Mum items once in a while. They're not huge sellers. This time I decide to leave them. In the past, the wood section has been lucky for me at this Goodwill. I noticed this item. It's got a hand-painted Schlitz mug on it. It has these holes, a hole on top, a hole on the bottom. It definitely looks to have some age, to be vintage. Honestly, I don't know what it is. I feel like I should, but I don't. And because the painting was a little rough and I didn't know what it was, I left it. I noticed this ceramic plaque and pulling it out. It has a nice look. It's got a blingy wire hanger, and it turns out to be by Sandra Maximum for Department 56. She makes a lot of these different kinds of saying plaques, and they don't sell super high, maybe about $10 per plaque. I saw this, and I have a coworker whose name is Allison. I actually have two coworkers named Allison, and I thought about that for a hot minute, but I don't know if it's either of their styles, so I decided to leave it behind. I noticed this glass mug. It is a promotional piece from McDonald's. It is a Batman character. I don't remember which one actually anymore. It's definitely something that people who collect things from the 1990s and these pieces, I mean, they are collectible, not something I deal with a lot. I see this Fostoria pattern, cubist pattern of glass, not infrequently, and even more than that, I see this pattern. This is the Wexford pattern by Anchor Hawking that I do like very much and pick it up once in a while for myself or to sell. Other than that, not too much going on in the clear glass aisle. In the kitchen area, I notice these canisters. They are aluminum by Beautyware. They're vintage. One is marked for sugar and one for flour. And a good old canister can be more valuable than you might think. This is part of a larger set. It's polished aluminum, and if I had been able to find more pieces, I thought for a minute that this might be part of that set, but it was not. If I'd found more pieces, I might have been moved to pick it up. I was happy to see this piece of brightly painted pottery. It is like a chip and salsa. It is not marked though, not even marked Mexico, even though I think that may be where it's from, so I left it behind. These bale wire ceramic jars can go. They're usually vintage, and some people do like them and collect them. I left that one behind. I still have some in my inventory. This little cup, I tried to see if I could get a look at it. It is Syracuse china. That is restaurant ware. It's often very nice restaurant ware. If the pattern of Syracuse restaurant ware attracts me enough, I'll pick it up and I will move it. It sometimes takes a while, but I can sell the better pieces of restaurant ware. Here I notice a crock. I do love myself a good crock. This one had some age, and I really liked the glaze on it. It was pretty plain, but there was a huge couple of cracks in it, so it did go back on the shelf. So I'm in the tchotchke aisle, really hoping I'm going to find something here. I do see this hand-carved dolphin. It is not ironwood. It is not particularly well made, so I decide to leave it on the shelf. There's tons of things here. You can see it piled high, but not too much is catching my eye. This white ceramic tree candle holder or light holder is lightweight. This votive holder is a bluebird, but pretty contemporary, pretty common. I see this picture. This now might have some age. Just look, I think it was Bavarian. It is lusterware, hand painted. Just not my thing. Checking out a glass candle shaped like a pumpkin. I picked up this shallow dish. It's ceramic. It's got an angel on it. It's a nice looking angel, but again, nothing too special. This shelf had some figurines. I thought this cat was kind of cute. Took a quick look at it. Next to it was a kissing couple from Holland. That looked like potentially a little piece of blue sky pottery, but I do not think it was. Scanning the shelves. Now this piece was kind of fun. It's just a resin piece. It's a little piece of Halloween decor. I liked that it was a set of books and that it had a spider on it, and it was cute enough. So that is the first thing that I put in my cart. I had to leave behind this crow with the fancy necklace and hat. Behind it was a piece of, I think that's just a piece of pottery that someone made. And behind that was what I was pretty sure was Fitz and Floyd. And yes, it was. I was excited for a moment until I found the chip. There's always a chip on Fitz and Floyd. And yes, this one had one too. So it had to go back on the shelf. Got a couple angels here. Got a Santa. Got some candles. Got some, just all kinds of things. Again, the shelves are pretty full, and I just can't seem to find something that I like. Little zebra figure. They are getting ready to close soon, so I am running out of time to find something special. That was a little piece of monkey pod wood shaped like a pineapple, a little bowl. And this was kind of interesting. This was a ceramic tower of pigs. A tower of pigs, just what we all need. It was interesting, but I decided I actually did not need it. So I'm running out of time, but I still have another shelf or two to look through, and I spot this little trinket box. This is a Demdaco Willow Tree trinket box, and Some other sellers have mentioned that Demdaco is a brand to be on the lookout for, or a bolo. It was only 99 cents, so it went in my cart. Next to it, or close by, I noticed this glass hand painted bowl. It might have been missing a lid, but the hand painting around the edge was really nice. And then I noticed this. It was a music box. It's otagiri, so probably vintage, and I put it in my cart, and as I was looking it over, quickly noticed it's got a big chip missing the tip of the wing, so I had to put it back. This is the area where they put collector's plates, and collector's plates don't typically sell well, but it's always worth looking around because you might find a treasure here anyway. Here I pulled out a souvenir plate from the 1974 World's Fair. The condition wasn't super great. If it had been in its original box, that might have been a maybe. Behind it was this beautiful hand-painted plate, most likely vintage, most likely Japan. The marking on the back, I think, is the Motomura brothers. It is really pretty, has all the features for these kinds of plates. Lovely painting job. They don't sell for a whole lot, but sometimes I have picked them up and sold them, so I put it in my cart to think about it. Among the salt and peppers, I notice this plastic scale. It's got a little bit of age. That's possibly something that some people collect, but not my thing so much. Then I noticed these brushed aluminum salt and peppers. There is a pair. They definitely have some age, and I'm thinking those are probably a decent pickup. I did notice that the lid on one was pretty dinged up, so I put it in my cart to think about it, and sometimes those do better than you would think they do. So this was a package of very nicely decorated chopsticks, brand new. Here is a spoon rest. Some of those I'd like to pick up. That one wasn't too exciting for me. Next to the Pyrex measuring cup was this. I wasn't sure what it was at first. I thought possibly it was a thermos. It may have been a bottle chiller. I'm not sure. It wasn't particularly great quality, so I left it. This box definitely had some age, and I wasn't sure what was in it. The box was obviously very beat up. On the inside was this set of silverware, but it says metalware on the outside. The actual utensils were very, very lightweight, almost like like a toy set or something. I did a quick search, didn't find it, and I decided I was not going to take it with me. I'm in the candle area and looking for unused candles like this one, which I picked up. You know, I love to pick up candles for myself and my friends and my family. So looking around for the candles, this one looked like it was good prospect. I always like the lidded candles, but unfortunately it had already been burned, so it went back on the shelf. And then back here I noticed this posable figure. This is made out of wood. It is in its original packaging, and those are often used for people who draw and need to have the models in some sort of actions. That's why they're posable, and we use them where I work, so I decided I was gonna hold on to that for work. It is cart review time, and with so few items, this is probably going to go fast. First, we've got that Halloween resin decorative item, these potions and curses books. That was kind of fun. Got a couple candles in there too, and a little wooden box. Also that posable figurine. We've got the brushed aluminum vintage salt and pepper shakers. I end up putting those back on the shelf because of the dents in the lid. I could have picked them up, I just didn't. The same with this plate. It was a nice Japanese hand-painted plate. I ended up deciding to leave it behind. It was you know, it just wasn't, I wasn't in the mood for it that day. The Demdaco box I was going to take until I got up to pay for it, and then I looked at it really close and noticed some scuffs and chips right on that left figure, and I decided to put it back on the shelf as well. Oh, pretty slim pickings today here at the Goodwill of Miller Parkway. I really didn't get much of anything. The Halloween book set, that's kind of cute. I can see myself using that for Halloween decor, but other than that, not too much. We'll have to bracket this place on Mondays, maybe try it a different night because it is not really coming through. We'll hit the road and try again next time. Hope you can come along, come back and see what we can find. Like my channel, comment, and subscribe, and thrift on, siblings. Hope you did better this week than I did. We'll do this again.